Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Suikoden 4 walkthrough. We've just arrived on the, I don't know, what is this, the castaway ship or something like that? I think that's the name of it. And I think it's time to do a little exploring. Chipu's got a little, kind of a little random item shop, I guess. And looks like he's got a couple of seashells there for me for a bargain on them, so I just picked those up. And then right here at this little, there, it's called the Exile ship. That's what it was. And then you can actually, wow, I got a little lag there. That's a little weird. Anyways, you can go down here below if you click on like the hatch or whatever. Looks like there's 10 medicine and 10 steam bones, so you know, kind of useful, I guess. As far as gear, I don't know. I guess I just hit equip best, and so I guess a lottery ticket's going on Chipu's head because he doesn't have anything else as far as gear that he can wear right now. So he's gonna end up with that. And I know I mentioned it in the other video, but those lottery tickets, I believe it's something like if you have one equipped on your head and then you get basically crit on, like, so if an enemy uses an attack and it critically hits your character, that lottery ticket turns into a lucky lottery ticket. And the lucky lottery ticket has a way better chance of getting like the decent items from the lottery. Like I won't even play the lottery unless I have lucky lottery tickets, just because the chances of you actually getting something good from the regular lottery tickets are really poor. And the other cool thing about this game is you know, most of the lotteries are right next to a spot that you can save. So, you know, you can use a lottery ticket, and if you don't get something that you actually want, you can just reset, and then you know, reload your game and try for another better item. And here, I think I was trying to pull up a map, and I'm not sure that you even can. I think you just drive a certain amount of distance on this ship, and an event automatically starts. So, I don't think it matters one bit which way you travel. I think you just, you know, I guess try not to drive in circles maybe, but who knows, even maybe that doesn't matter. But there you go. So here's this event started.
This'll be bad if they're pirates.
Alright, so who do we have here?
A small suspicious vessel has been spotted on the port side.
Ah, okay.
Small vessel. Could it be an enemy scout?
Actually, it doesn't appear to be
So
a
I
scout.
think this is Troy and
Shall we go ahead and
Colton?
Let's watch it for a
I think
while,
is the
but make sure everyone's prepared.
the older gentleman's name.
Yes, sir.
This is surprisingly well armed for just a merchant ship.
I was merely being prudent. I have been assertive since the day I was born. If that offended you, Captain, please forgive me.
They seem to be approaching us. Listen to me, Colton. Keep acting like a merchant for a little while longer. If we end up engaging in combat, I will take command.
Keep acting like a merchant for a little while longer.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so obviously this ship is you know, is appearing to be a merchant ship, but that is definitely not what they actually are. They're not simple merchants.
What is it?
Oh, okay. Apparently we've got some people that can't steer. It looks like they hit the side of the ship pretty hard there. I don't know.
Is there a harbor near here?
And the chart?
Excuse me.
Also, if you could spare some food.
My stomach's grumbling. Some cheese would be nice.
Quiet, quiet!
Cheese would be
You're giving
nice.
me a headache. One at a time. I'll hear you out later. You all need to calm down. Perhaps now's a good time.
All right, so it looked like everybody was kind of, I don't know, talking at the same time. Which obviously, you know, they're out in the middle of nowhere. They don't have food, etc., etc. So they're kind of trying to, I don't know, through some urgency, I guess. All right, so this is the, I believe this is called the merchant ship, and you're definitely going to want to search this one because there is no way once you leave this ship, there's no way to get back on it. And I believe there is a treasure map on this one inside here. So make sure you explore this thing. There it is. All right, so it was right on the table there. So just make sure you interact with it on the table, and that'll give you the treasure map. As far as you know, dialogue and whatnot, you can interact with the NPCs here on the ship. I don't know if there's really any major dialogue or anything, you know.
I'm sure that you're all
But
tired.
again, you
Go
know,
ahead
as
and get
with
some rest.
most RPGs, you kind of, it's not a bad idea to just talk to people. Sometimes, you know, they have something interesting to say. All right, so we talked to Troy. Let's see here. What does this guy have? Nothing. Okay, so they're here to rendezvous with another merchant ship, it looks like. Or at least that's what's supposed to be happening.
What happened? You arrived ahead of schedule.
Sir, there was a disturbance at a nearby island and we came to report it.
All right, so something's going down.
Is it in enemy territory?
Yes, sir. A group of pirates apparently attacked the knights at the village of Razaril in Gaian.
You there!
The
Come
village of Razaril in Gaian.
I see. So you're all knights of Gaia. How interesting.
All right,
I
so
must
apparently we
say
got
that you're all
busted
prepared to
eavesdropping.
face your fate.
Actually, we're ex-knights of Gaian.
After all,
Okay, so it looks like these two are possibly enemies. I'm guessing that's what I'm getting out of this, is that they're possibly enemies of Gaian, and thus, you know, they're. I think Colton was ready to
I'll make sure that your clamoring
kill everybody, being that they were
Captain.
I suppose
knights
it can't
now,
be
you know.
helped.
And then obviously one of the guys there piped in and said, "Well, actually, we're ex-knights of Gaian, so." So yeah, maybe not necessarily enemies, but apparently a fight breaks out anyway. So it's time to take these guys down. And I think so. The Rune of Punishment, I don't know. I don't know if I like it or dislike it. I guess it doesn't really matter what I think, but there are definitely times where it comes in handy, just because. I don't know that there's any like Yeah, I don't know. It's the thing is it's a double-edged sword, and that was, you know, kind of the way it was. It was supposed to. Wow, these guys just slaughter your guys. So this fight must not be winnable. Yeah, he's hitting for like 300, 450. Yeah.
Good.
All right, so no way to win that fight. So I guess I don't know. I probably won't talk about any strategies for it. So yeah, obviously, yeah, the characters are still standing up. You don't get a game over, so you know, again, obviously a fight that you're not supposed to be winning.
Besides, we shouldn't waste our time with these amateurs.
But, Sir Troy...
Shouldn't waste our time with these
Ultimately,
amateurs.
they're just weaklings who cannot show their faces in their homeland. Forget about them. The sea will decide their fate.
Understood.
Huh, wow, harsh words from Troy. Ultimately weaklings that can't show their faces in their homeland. So yeah, pretty harsh words there. But again, so back to the main character's rune. You know, again, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it just because, you know, you do take damage from it, and you know, later on in the game, I guess there's ways to kind of balance it out. I mean, just between, you know, other characters being able to heal you and whatnot. You know, but that being said, sometimes it's okay. I don't know. I guess it just never felt like, you know, that rune was as powerful as some of the runes in other games. And again, now I don't remember even what you get towards the end of the game as far as you know, if it powers up or I mean, just the level. We just have obviously the level 1 attack right now, and I don't know. Again, it's kind of eh. I guess there's still some times though where you can I mean, it's definitely got the power to take out entire groups of like weaker enemies, you know, like basically just the random fights. So that's kind of nice sometimes, you know, if you just don't want to deal with I guess one or a group of enemies. So, you know, again, it's got its uses, that's for sure. I guess long story short, it's just it never really stood out as being super awesome. But it is what it is, and that's what we've got, so we might just have to roll with it. Alright, so these little knight guys, they use I think it's the level 1 earth spell. And I think it increases your, it must be your defense and the magic defense or something like that. But I never, you know, they don't really typically pose a problem. Especially if you did at least a little bit of leveling like I did. You know, most of the random encounters just go down really fast. Yeah, so there's the level 1 earth spell, like I was saying there. The main character kind of, you know, I don't know, he's at least got an interesting attack, you know, regular attack where he uses both of his swords, but I think they split the damage between the two swords anyway, so you're doing half damage with both.
Hurry up!
So it's not like, I guess, it's not like super overpowered by any means. Alright, so we're back onto the Exile ship. So again, hopefully you were able to grab the treasure map on there, because again, you know, that was the only chance to get it in the game. So basically, Troy let us off. I think essentially, you know, Colton.
Had you been able to return to Gaian,
I think Colton would have been just fine, you know, killing all of them off.
They're not pursuing us. I guess we're
I
not.
don't think that would have bothered him one bit. And then, you know, obviously he shouted, "Go ahead, you're gonna die at sea anyway."
Troy,
That's the Troy the commander spoke about.
Not worth the trouble. Boy, if they only knew. Alright, so it looks like we've been out to sea for a while. And here, again, I don't think that it matters what direction you travel. I think this is another one of those events where you just kind of go whichever way you want, and you'll kind of end up in the right spot. Obtained skin. All right, that's an item I think for crafting or like making armor and stuff later on. I think we'll be able to do that for a while now. So. And now, so there's a couple of enemies in the game that drop some semi-noteworthy items. And I don't remember if this is one of them. I think it is, though. I think this is an easy way to get it's like a dragon scale or something like that. And there are ways to get those in other spots, I believe, if I remember right. Now, granted, it's been quite a while since I played this, so I apologize if I'm not quite right on that. But again, if I remember right, this guy had a pretty decent chance to drop it. And if you don't get one, I mean, if you were able to save right before this, it may be worth just resetting your game for it, because I think you're not going to be able to get any more for quite a bit later on in the game, and I don't know. I think they drop from much more difficult fights. So, I don't know. Again, if it's worth it might be worth your time, I guess, to say the least, to try to get that. And if you don't get it, maybe you reset. I guess it depends on how difficult this battle is for you, though, too. If you find yourself, or if you find that this battle is, even semi-difficult, you may just want to, continue on and maybe worry about getting them later on in the game when you're a little more strong, I guess. Yeah, this guy is no pushover. I mean, he just did a decent amount of damage to everybody there. That was a pretty big hit, not gonna lie. And I mean, I would not say that my characters are weak by any means. I've been doing a pretty good job, I think, of making sure that they've got decent gear and whatnot. So, yeah. All right. So it looks like I'm going with the attack command there on the main character. I think Kenneth, I would definitely recommend, if you've got Kenneth, using his lightning rune. So I think that's pretty decent. And it looks like this guy can put people to sleep, because it looks like Tal is just asleep there. I think they'll wake up, after a couple of turns or something. But yeah, look at that attack. 35 damage to everybody? That's no joke. And Chipu here, I just usually use him to heal. His attack command is not very good, and I don't remember what his weapon starts at either. But I'm guessing he's got the weakest weapon of everybody. But there we go. Yeah, there's the dragon scale. Okay, and a dragon's bone. So, again, not sure. I guess it's up to you on whether or not you feel like it's worth it or not to restart the game if you don't get those two items. I don't know. I guess if I was to recommend anything, I'd, check out where they're obtainable later on in the game, and make your decision based off of that. Again, that fight was a little more. It looked at least a little more difficult than I remember, so it may not be worth it either. It may just be a better idea to beat it and get on with your day. Anyway, that's gonna bring this video to a close. So like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. But hope you guys are liking the